We'd like to welcome everyone to Morning Minutes with McFly. Today we're here at MedPharm with Lucas. I just took an awesome tour of you guys' facility. I appreciate you showing me around.
You bet, you bet. Happy to have you.
Thanks, man. So we did talk a little bit about how the program is set up here in Iowa and kind of where we're at currently. Could you kind of give us a recap on some of that?
Yeah, you bet. So in Iowa right now we've got up to two manufacturers, and up to 5 dispensaries we can have within our state. Right now, in this exact moment, we're the only manufacturer that's currently operating, although we'll have another one coming online next year. And then we've got 2 dispensaries that we're operating here in the Des Moines area, and then also up in Sioux City. There's another dispensary in Waterloo with an additional 2 coming as well. So we'll soon be back up to sort of full strength. And one of the big points to maybe make is that back in July of this year, we really got a big boost to the program through a new law that was signed by the governor. And that law did a number of really important things. It added PTSD and added chronic pain as new conditions. It allowed for a number of new products to be manufactured, and it allowed for new providers to be able to certify patients into the program. So really helped to expand some of that access. So
that's huge.
Yeah, it really is. We started out a little small and restricted in Iowa, but after July, we've really made some nice steps in the right direction.
So you had mentioned that the new things are PTSD and chronic pain.
Hmm?
That's that opens it up for a lot of people then.
It really does. There's a lot of people in Iowa that suffer from PTSD. There's a lot, even more, that suffer with some sort of pain, whether that's from a condition or they were in an accident or just living life for years. So hopefully what that does is really allow more people the option to get into the program than it was before.
Sure. All right. So yeah, we talked about some new people that are eligible for the program. Tell us about some of the health benefits. So why would someone want to take the medical cannabis, and what benefits will people see from that?
Yeah, there's really a whole range of things. Our products are primarily designed around different ratios of THC and CBD. So for THC, that's going to be the molecule that we find in most of our patients and in literature helps to reduce some of that pain. And then on the CBD side, literature and what our patient experience would tell us is that you'll see some reduction in inflammation, maybe condition-related anxiety. To give a couple specific examples, we've had people, for instance, who've been suffering from MS that have really bad tremors, that have been able to get those under control. We've had children that have been suffering hundreds of seizures a day, that when they start a regimen of CBD, they're able to really knock those seizures down. And in fact, some of our patients have been able to knock them down to 0 when they were up at hundreds a day, like I mentioned. Wow. And then on that pain side, it really runs the gamut. But people being able to treat their pain a lot better and without some of the nasty side effects that something like an opioid or some of those other pain relievers might cause, which just sorts of lets them live their life again. And so we've seen a wide range. There are of course some side effects every once in a while for people, but we've got strategies to help control that. And so we've really seen, both in Iowa's program and across the world in these medical cannabis programs, they can offer a lot of health benefits. And
you'd mentioned young children having seizures, and then also kind of ranging up into older people too. And that I think you said you'd helped a person that was over 100 years old, right?
Yeah, that's really the interesting and one of the nice benefits of medical cannabis is that you can, we've treated people as young as 2, and we've treated patients as old as 102 in our dispensary. Wow. It really runs that gamut, and you can see those benefits whether you're if you're younger, you're older, you're somewhere in between, depending on what your condition is. So it really is something that may be an option for anyone who's dealing with some of these serious conditions.
So for expanding the program, do you guys see that there's room for expansion? Is there more people that could be helped? We had someone even asking, and a lot of people talking about it, frankly, that a lot of people feel like there's more people that could be helped if we expanded the medical cannabis program.
I'm 100% with you. I think there's always more people that can benefit. For instance, the amount of people in Iowa that are given a prescription for opioids is in the several hundred thousand. Other states have a condition essentially that says if you're prescribed an opioid, you can automatically qualify for the medical cannabis program. You know, that's something that I'd love to see added. There's a number of conditions that are a little bit more rare, that there aren't that many Iowans suffering from them, but there still are some people who are dealing with it, and so we'd really like to see it opened up there for them as well. What we know and what literature and our experience would tell us is that, you know, there's several conditions that could be benefited, and to be able to give people the option to get into this program really would help expand, you know, someone's options when they're trying to figure out how to deal with one of these very serious conditions. So there's definitely more work to be done on that front, and we're really trying to make sure that, you know, some of these underserved communities too, that maybe don't have access, don't have providers, don't know about the program, we've got to make sure that every Iowan is also aware of how this program works, and, you know, understands if it may work for them.
Sure. So if we're talking about the process, so say someone, they are suffering from chronic pain, or they have PTSD, one of these qualifying conditions, what is the process of trying to get approved for that?
Yeah, so with some of the recent changes in the law, we've really got a pretty streamlined and easy process. It starts by visiting your provider, so whether that's your doctor or an AR&P, a PA, your podiatrist, and having that person sign a certification form that you have one of those conditions. With that, you turn that in along with some identifying information on an application to the Department of Public Health, and as long as everything's filled out correctly, you'll qualify then for the program. And they'll send an email and send you a paper card, but it's with that card that you can then come in and buy products within any of the dispensaries. So, you know, the process is pretty simple. It does obviously require that visit and conversation with your provider, but once you've done that, it's pretty much just turning some information in and then walking into the dispensary and having the staff help guide you in, you know, what products and what dose might be recommended.
So is there a link maybe we can provide for the people to that certification card? So if you have been diagnosed from your doctor, having that certification card, maybe we can find it online, and we can put a link in that below, so that we can provide that.
Yeah, you can see everything online at our website. It's medpharmiowa.com, and we got social media. We got a big presence on Facebook, which should be very easy to find. But we got it all there, right there on our homepage, and learn more about the process and how you can actually apply.
Awesome. Okay. So we know there's been a lot of progress in the over the past year, right, with the new guidelines loosening up a bit and taking away that 3% cap, and so now more people are getting assistance with the PTSD and chronic pain. As far as more progress, because we still have a ways to go here, we still can't have flower in the state, so there's some more things that we, you know, I think that could benefit people and that Iowans want to have. Tell us a bit about, you know, what's the process of getting there to seeing that next progress, because it's not MedPharm, you know, that you guys have regulations and things like that as well. Tell us about that.
You know, we're one of the players that has input into the legislative process. You know, all the changes that we're talking about right there have to come from the legislature, have to be signed into law by the governor. One of the most effective ways to see those changes happen is to make sure that if you're someone who lives in Iowa and you're concerned about it, you want to see some of those things change, that you reach out and contact your state representative, your state senator, and let them know. You know, coming up in January, they'll be all back here in Des Moines. The legislative session will start up again, and between January and usually, you know, May or so, that's when all those things will be on the table, and people will be able to voice their opinion, let their legislators know, hey, this is important to me, this is what I see as something that I think we need in this state. And you know, hopefully there's another groundswell, just like there was for PTSD, for instance, that ultimately resulted in something happening. You know, this is certainly an area where making your voice heard does have an impact. And It's something that MedPharm continues to do. You know, we'll be up there at the Capitol right next to individual citizens and to advocacy groups and, you know, veterans and all these folks who could be affected by this program and who want to see it grow and expand and get even better than it is today.
Sure.
So yeah, you know, going to our website, you know, as session starts in January, we'll post information about how easy it is to either mail or email or call your representative, call your senator and say, hey, this matters to me. This is what I'm expecting you to do. You know, we're coming up on elections here in November, and there's probably a lot of town halls and interactions that people are having with people who may represent them. Another perfect time to ask a question of, hey, where do you stand on Iowa's program and how do you want to see it get better? So, you know, within the next couple months, we've got a lot of opportunity to make sure that it's at the forefront of our legislators' minds so they're ready to go come 21.
Well, you know, I was really impressed. You know, I'm impressed by you guys in the presentation of what you guys have going on here. Really clean place. You know that you're getting the best products, and you know it's on the up and up over here. So I think that's really great work, and I appreciate what you guys are doing here and trying to push things forward. You did bring some products out here. You want to tell us a little bit about these?
Yeah.
It's like a vape there, and what do you got?
Exactly. Here are two of our different products. So I'll start with this one. This is actually, again, part of the changes that were made in the law allow us to formulate now higher THC vapes. In high demand, this is a very popular product in a lot of other medical programs across the country. But what a product like this is going to do is offer that THC in an inhaled form. So it's going to allow people to get the quick benefit that a vape provides. And while it may not last quite as long, it'll be able to really help knock down that pain in a very short amount of time. So very, very important product that we finally have here in Iowa. We're really excited about it. We've had great feedback so far. We've got a couple different options that people can get. We've got a balanced mixture that has a little bit more CBD there. So a new product offering that I think is really, really important to make sure we're pushing the state ahead. But not everyone is looking for some of that more quick relief. They might need something that's a little bit longer lasting, or maybe they need to pair quick relief with something that's going to last them a little bit longer. And that's what our capsules can help do. So we've got this is an example of one of our higher THC capsules, but really good for folks who maybe wake up in the middle of the night because they're in pain from some condition that they're suffering from. So what we've seen is a lot of folks be able to take those, help them sleep through the night, for instance, or maybe help them get through the day because they're able to get that longer lasting pain relief.
Sure.
So it may not kick in quite as quick, but it has the benefit of lasting so much longer. And these are some of the products that are available, but one of the nice parts about our process is that when you walk into the dispensary, we're really there to help guide you, to help understand what are you dealing with and what other medications might you be on, and how can we make sure we get you the product that's right, the dose that's right, and that's going to give you that ultimate relief.
Awesome.
So if you want to learn more about these products or any of our other ones, they're all listed on our website. We've got a little bit of explainer there about what the different ratios are and how they might help you. So again, medpharmiowa.com, you can check that out.
Okay, awesome. When I was in the medical program out in Colorado, I definitely leaned toward the edibles as well. So, just the, like you said, it comes on a little more gradual, and for me, that's the route I like to go. But so we've had great success with them, and they really can help across your whole body too. So doesn't really matter where that pain is coming from. It ought to be able to treat you. Perfect. Well, man, I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you coming
around and kind of bringing me up to speed. I learned a lot today, and hopefully our viewers learned as well. So appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out MedPharm Iowa. And check with your doctor if you're looking to get approved, right? So,
absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.